Well, hello there and welcome to the Future Sports Gaming Festival. My name is Brandon Smith and of course alongside me is Richard Buckley. This plans to be the start of a very busy couple of days of action. We've got 8 national teams here, all made up of 2 players each, a pro player and an influencer going to battle on FIFA Ultimate Team, but in the new 2v2 format, Richard. We were involved in this back in FIFA 18, which feels like a lifetime ago. Now we're here in FIFA 22 and wow, I mean, this plans to be an exciting couple of days, don't you think?
Yeah, 4 years since the last tournament took place. The world, it's completely changed since the last sports festival in which Gabinho was successful. However, we are back live at a LAN event. We're in Budapest. All those things in the opening promo I've done in the last 24 hours, and I cannot wait to crown a new winner on Wednesday.
Yeah, and it's nice for us as well to be back on our travels. It's nice not to be at home, commentating from home, and a bit of normality as well. So massive thank you to the guys at the V4 Future Sports Festival for getting us out here today. For the next 3 days of action, of course, we cannot wait to jump into it. Very different, as we said, we did commentate on this, didn't we, back in FIFA 18, but we commentated it from a hotel room. And we were sitting next to each other on a laptop, commentating over the, of course, the Hungarian feed it was at the time, in English. It's nice to not be in that setting right now, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it was sort of like not a last minute, but there was a few different situations all arising. It wasn't possible for us to come over on the last sports festival and commentate live, but we did it remote, as it seems like everything has been in the last 2 years. So it seems poignant. The first one we did remote when we could have got here. This one we are remote for the first time. Sort of in the last 2 years we've been on location. It's a fantastic sight. Genuinely, I'm so excited to be meters away from some live FIFA action.
Yeah, this is what they're playing for at the end of the day. Yes, we can have fun. Yes, we can play some competitive FIFA. But there's 25,000 euros on the line that come Wednesday evening, Richard. Someone will be picking up 11,000 euros. Of course, that'll be between a duo, so it's a 5.5k each prize pot. Could not be a bad few days here in Budapest, couldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You see the prize pool breakdown there. First prize taking home 11,000 euros. Second, 5,000. Third will be taking home 3,000. And fourth, 2,000 euros. And just for coming to the tournament, you're getting 1,000 euros for 5th through 8th. You can see the format coming up very shortly indeed, Brandon. How the tournament is going to be broken down over the next 3 days. Why don't you talk us through, everybody at home, everyone watching online, how it is going to be played?
Absolutely, Richard. I could do that for you indeed. So today we'll have, of course, Group A in action. 4 teams will be in action. Those 4 teams will be Slovakia, Slovenia, Poland and Czech Republic. We'll come back tomorrow for more round-robin action where we'll see Hungary, Serbia, Romania and Croatia battle out. Come Wednesday, not Championship Sunday, Championship Wednesday is going to be a couple of words you're going to have to get used to, and a new title for us as well, where the playoffs will take place. And of course, come the end of play on Wednesday, Richard, someone will win 11,000 euros. But this isn't 1v1 FIFA, is it?
It's certainly not. Winners Wednesday?
That works.
I'll take that. Winners Wednesday. It's not 1v1. It's going to be 2v2 action. You mentioned earlier a content creator and a pro player. Each country will bring 2 representatives, one more on the content side, whether it be a trader, maybe a YouTuber or a streamer, and the other will be their professional FIFA player. You can see Group A and Group B. I'll take us through Group A, Brandon, because we've got some unbelievable talent in there. Starting off with Slovakia. That's going to be Christy as the creator, and their professional player will be Revi from Bohemia's Esports. Going on to Slovenia. A fan favourite, Oboli, the trader. He made 45 million coins, believe it or not, in July. Runs a host of different trading avenues, and their pro player, Dr. Kota. Believe it or not, recently purchased himself a new car.
He did.
A lovely little...
And he just missed out on qualification 1 as well in the FIFA competitive scene. One thing I need to flag up with the creators of this tournament, the influencers, half of them are actually quite good at FIFA. Half of them are actually probably at a pro level still. So I'm going to be having a discussion about that across the next 3 days. What I love as well about this tournament back in FIFA 18, there was only 4 nations there, wasn't there? Of course, it was Czech Republic, Poland, Slovakia and Hungary. This time it's been extended to 8 nations, all around the Central European region in total. So that gives us more names, more creators, more influencers all to take place in this. However, who's been practicing 2v2 FIFA and who's been taking this seriously, because it is going to be competitive and there are squad restrictions as well when it comes to FIFA Ultimate Team. So you can't sit there and go, oh, it's just going to be icons here, there and everywhere. These teams need to be created within a set of restrictions.
Yeah, those restrictions are the latest sort of global series restrictions. All the players came together on social media and said, what's the best way for this tournament to be fair and sort of get a real good representation of the competition? And that was via the recent global series restrictions that are going to be used for the upcoming qualifier number 1 in only a couple of weeks' time. So certainly there is more up for grabs, really, because there's 8 nations. You've got that sort of added pressure of the different nations as well coming in. I mean, one nation particularly that I'm very much looking forward to, going to be in action tomorrow, Romania. They're going to be a powerhouse.
Yeah, they are. And also, we've been having a bit of fun today as well, looking through the icons that are available in FIFA 22 right now. Puskas for Hungary, Hadji for Romania. I mean, you've got the Foot Hero items. Jerzy Dudek could come up for Poland tomorrow. So there's a lot to take you through today, and a lot of games to talk you through as well today as well. We've got 6 best of 2 games for you. So if you have just joined the stream, do not go anywhere for the next 5 to 6 hours, because we have got FIFA coming at you thick and fast. All of these games will be best of 2 with an aggregate scoreline carrying over the result, Richard. So we're going to kick off the play today with Slovakia against Slovenia. Then we're going to continue moving through the day. Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Czech Republic, then Slovenia, Poland, Slovakia, Poland, and then last but not least, we'll be concluding the day with Slovenia against Czech Republic. And by the end of play today, Richard, we'll say goodbye to 2 of the teams and we'll say congratulations to 2 of the nations that will book a spot into Wednesday's finals.
You make it through today in those top 2, you guarantee yourself €3,000. That's all you got to do. You get through today, you go into Championship Wednesday. A couple of games there that I'm really looking forward to. First game of the day, Slovenia versus Slovakia. That's going to be a really, really good game. And also Poland versus Czech Republic.
Yeah, that's the one for me.
That's a game that we might potentially, those 2 could be the 2 teams to go through. That could be a winner's game earlier as game 2. And look, when it gets to the end of the day, when we're getting into those last couple of games, Slovenia versus the Czech Republic, Slovakia versus Poland, and it's coming down to maybe goal difference or 1 point to send you through, it's going to get very, very tight towards the end of play today.
It's going to be a difficult one as well to sit here and sort of predict and go, how many points is enough to send you through? There could be tiebreakers involved today as well that we must also talk about. If a team is level on points come the end of play today, we might have to play some more games to find out who will go through. But what excites me as well is that we have got a number of sponsors on board here as well. One of them is CU, which is basically a chance for you guys at home to tell us you're watching. Send us a selfie. Get involved via the app, the CU app. There should be a link to that in the Twitch chat, wherever you're watching from right now. And you can actually win some cool prizes as well. So take a little cheeky selfie. If you're watching the action like these guys have from all over the world, I'm trying to persuade Richard to do it. It might happen during one of the breaks.
Yeah, maybe towards the end of the show. We might get a selfie. You've got 3 days to see one, so maybe not right now, but we've got plenty of time before the end of the broadcast on Wednesday. Yeah, very easy to do. Tell us what team you're going to be supporting as well.
I think you can actually win some signed V4 Future Sport Festival power banks as well. So, fancy a roll of the dice, a chance you might be able to win yourself a power bank to charge your phone up next time you're around the city or on your travels. But yeah, get involved with that. Give us a selfie. Thank you to CU and all of our brilliant sponsors for getting involved in this tournament. I mean, we can't wait for it, really. We've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now. We've been preparing for it. Everybody's at different levels in this tournament. We must, reiterate that. So many times that there are players that are pro-level players that have qualified, for the E-Champions League coming up, for that online qualifier coming up very soon as well in the Global Series. But let's not lie about it. This year is heavily about 2v2. PlayStation exclusive 2v2 FIFA esports action. And the fact we get a little taste of it before that big major next month taking place in December. We can't wait just to see how people are getting on with 2v2, because it's a completely different kettle of fish. It is.
Yeah, and not only that as well, but how people are playing, how you're starting to form these partnerships. Are you playing with somebody maybe that you feel more comfortable with? Who's the in-game leader in the particular duo as well? Who's calling out when to press, when to drop off, which passages to be playing, how to do certain set pieces? All those intricate details is going to be sort of the deciding factor between a win and a loss at the end of the day.
And we've played a lot of 2v2 in our time, and I can tell you, he's the man that does all the talking. I don't do any talking indeed. Anyway, enough of us talking about 2v2 FIFA for now. Let's look at the lineups for this matchup and the guys that are going to be in town for this one. It's going to be Christy, Seven and Revi. I come into this and I look at those as the favourites, to be completely honest, Richard. Slovakia, two players that, yes, you can say, oh, one's an influencer or one's a foot trade on the other side for Obala. But in terms of pro, experience, pro tournaments, I've got to back that Slovakia duo, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I think Christian Revi, very, very competent FIFA players, aren't they? That play towards the top end of the FIFA pyramid. But let's not count people out. We've seen people come in who maybe aren't particularly the pro echelon of FIFA talent, but they perform to a very high level, and I'm looking forward to seeing Obala. Definitely a fan's favourite, at least, so he's going to have all the support on social media behind him, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people out there supporting him to the end of the tournament, whether it's on Wednesday or whether it's today.
And him being obviously a pro trader to some level, yes, of course he plays the game to a great deal. Will he have the knowledge of who to sort of, mix up in that team? Because that's got to be a group decision as well. If you're building a team in a 2v2, how are we building this team? Who's playing where and how are we deciding it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I also think as well, we've seen a lot of traders, particularly in the last sort of 12 to 18 months, people like Run the Foot Market, Matt Foot Trading. These players are elite level players. They're getting top 200 when it used to be weekend league. They're getting rank 1 rewards. So just because they're, quotation marks, a trader doesn't necessarily mean they don't play the game as much, or they maybe a lesser skilled player. They will still be a very top FIFA player, and I think we might see an upset.
Okay. Well, it's only early in the day. You also get one big icon in your teams. Do you put your money in the bank and you go for, is it an R9? Is it a...
Well, interesting with how the restrictions are, because as we know, you can sort of eliminate one of the higher end icons and take maybe two less than 90 icons. Yep. Or if you want David Ginola, for example, you might not take R9 and take Ginola and Mbappe instead, or Ginola and Vieira, and you take two lesser icons to increase the likelihood in the attacking third. I think R9 will be in these squads. However, what sacrifices are made to get him in will be the bigger factor.
And who else, sort of is the gems around that team as well. At one point, the restrictions slightly changed as well. I thought for a split second we weren't going to be seeing any R9 at all, which would have been quite interesting for a competitive tournament, not to see Ronaldo Nazario on the field in some aspect or scoring goals. Must be said as well, the goalkeeper as an icon does not count towards the restrictions as well, so you can use basically any goalkeeper of your choosing. Speaking of icon goalkeepers, if you could use any goalkeeper, who are you backing? Because goalkeepers this year on FIFA 22 are ridiculous anyway. Yeah,
a lot of goalkeepers are really strong. Probably Donnarumma, realistically. Yeah. He's a real top keeper. Maybe an icon in there. No, you've been
Jersey Dudek.
Big fan of Jersey Dudek recently.
Hero. He's been unbelievable.
Hero for the club as well for you?
He has been a hero, and again, it works well with this tournament. Will Poland be backing that foot hero player in their matchup? Not long until kick-off in our first game. I think you can just see below me here. Is it over here? This side. Yeah, down there. You can just see the timer of our first game today. We will be sort of fixed match times, as we said. 6 games in total. 6 best of 2 games. Let's see who kicks it off in the best way possible. Slovakia against Slovenia in our first one right now, and I think we're near enough ready to call them up on stage for this matchup, which should plan to be a good one. Of course, Slovakia against Slovenia. Who's going to come out on top on this one? We'll have to wait and see. serious here in day one of the tournament. We walked through the venue about 3 hours ago. We didn't get that, did we? We saw the lights. Didn't even know that was a walkout, to be honest. But that's Slovenia. They're coming into this one. And again, it's all serious faces. It's business.
Yeah, big fan of that. Big fan of the walkouts. And I mean, question is, the real question is, Brandon, who's going to have the best walkout out of all the nations?
We'll have to wait and see. Slovakia's up next, and they're coming out right now. Well, here we go then. Game number 1 looks to be underway. Quick look at the team. I can see R9 just sitting comfortably in that midfield trio. I'm sure he won't stay there in the game. A quick look as well.
That's Ginola.
Was it Ginola or was it Bamber on the left-hand side? I couldn't clearly see. I mean, Bamber would be an interesting shout either way.
I mean, the first thing I'm asking, he's got his headphones in.
Only one.
Yeah, I mean, still not the best teamwork, is it? Put my headphones in. I don't want to listen to you right now. I'm concentrating on my FIFA action. Walkout edge. Either of them you giving it? Both quite serious.
Yeah, very serious, and it's something that I don't think we've all been used to for a little while as well. So
the walkouts, the best walkout will always be from Denmark. When we were commentating the National League over there, it was Bromby walking out to Van Halen jump, and the coach fell onto the stage. It will go down in FIFA history as one of the best walkouts ever. Hopefully we don't see something like that this time, but if we do, I guarantee you I will be laughing.
You can see both sets of players there. Okay, Slovakia against Slovenia in our first game of the day. Best of 2v2 action. We haven't seen these FIFA Ultimate teams as of yet lined up. Coming into it, I've personally edged Slovakia to come and do better in this one. Christy_7 has been playing for the eFootball team of Slovakia. He was involved in the FIFA E-Nations process last year. He was an E-Fortuna Liga winner as well, the Czech Republic League. He might be from Slovakia, but he's been playing the Czech Republic League there, and he still plays for Shinners Esports. On the flip side, for Revi, he's also pretty familiar to Pro FIFA, isn't he?
Yeah, it certainly is a real sort of top player. Is Revi representing Bohemia's esports. When you've got an esports org like that or a team, you know that you're taking it seriously. You're not just playing in the qualifiers. You're getting through those qualifiers. You're getting to events. You were mentioning the players there and telling us the difference. I'll tell you a little bit of difference between the country of Slovakia and Slovenia. Brandon Smith.
Wait, we were both right. I know I was completely wrong. It's Alphonso Davies. Ginola is in the team. I'll take it back.
Alphonso Davies. Maybe a 3-back then coming in. Slovenia, coastal city. It's a coastal country, south of Europe. It borders Italy and Croatia. Because often people say, what's the difference? I'll tell you the difference. Slovakia, mainly known for its mountains and castles. It's 2 times bigger than Slovenia. It's and the most famous castle is the Arova Castle, a beautiful site in the mountains of Slovakia. 5.5 million people live there, more than double of Slovenia.
And that's Richard Buckley. Will be our fact file for the day.
Coming up, Poland against Czech Republic in an hour.
If you have just joined us, welcome to the V4 Future Sports Festival. We're here for day 1 of our FIFA 22 competition, a 2v2 tournament with €25,000 prize pool on the line. This is our first game here in Group A, and it's going to be kicking off in just a second now. 2 legs of FIFA. Let's see who comes out on top. Surprising that, if I'm in this sort of environment, are we both on a headset? Are we both just talking to each other? Are we going to hear each other with the other team talking to the side?
Well, we don't have any live audience in there at the moment as well, so it's going to be quite quiet in the studio, but I'm sure it's going to get more amped up as the day goes on.
Here we go then. Game 1 of the day. We'll see Slovakia kicking from left to right in that dark strip, and Slovenia from right to left. An aggregate scoreline will be the difference here. They're playing these two teams. One thing that you're always going to have in a 2v2 format is that press. If you want to press and you want to go for a press, you can seriously cause some problems also in that attacking third. If you want to start just, triggering runs completely, off the natural AI as well, completely messes up their thought of mind positioning. This is brilliant feed from Mbappe. Can't get the clean shot, and it will be an easy save in the end. From Revi, I do believe, I apologise, it is Slovakia in that white strip from right to left right now. Going off the gamer tags on the top of the players' names.
Yeah, Slovakia, what looks to be the white kit from right to left. Slovenia from left to right in the darker strip. I was just looking at the teams actually for a little second. Ronaldo, Mbappe for the team of Kota and Oboli, whereas Ginola and R9 seem to be the two for Christie and Revi.
Well, speaking of Ginola, he's came onto the game this year via that foot hero item, and he's been causing so many problems, just like this man will do all weekend long. And it should have probably been 1-0 if it wasn't for a last-ditch tackle. And stopped R9 in his path, and very nearly that would have been Slovakia 1 to the good.
I don't actually think there's any icons in the squad or heroes for Slovenia, that is, Brandon. They've gone for sort of the higher rated gold items. Messi, Mbappe.
Kante gets a start.
Yeah, the new Julian Draxler as well, the SBC that was recently released. A real top player. Nice improvement across a majority of his stats, and does get really good links, PSG and German, so you can get the likes of Leon Goretzka in, as they have done with Alphonso Davies, and then also you can get the PSG sort of powerhouses that are in there, Marquinhos, Hakimi, players like the rule breaker Verratti SBC item, and let's not forget about the front three: Messi, Neymar, Mbappe.
Yeah, the PSG trio. Slovakia again. It's on the finesse from Neymar, and nearly. Was the opening goal in the game for Slovakia in this one. The one thing that's going to be interesting, as I've said, is how these 2v2 teams will link together, how they'll synergise in their attacks defensively.
That's a nice word. Synergise?
Sort of just come together.
Not heard that since we've been back online. That's definitely one picked up from doing a bit of reading during the pandemic.
There's Hernandez. Absolutely right in the difference in teams. There isn't an icon. Sorry, a foot hero inside. Neymar causing problems for Kimpembe, who has been outstanding this year on the game. Seems to be in pretty much every single person's team in Foot Champions when you come up against whoever at the weekend.
It's a rare appearance as well for Cristiano Ronaldo for this Slovenia side. Ronaldo and Diego Jota.
Oh, that's brilliant feat. Slovenia looking for the cutback, went for the finesse, it nearly was Draxler. Open up his account, that's a really long ball forward. Mbappe will have the legs to just steam forward. It's Revi. You can actually see the game attacks on top of the players' heads as well. That's going to be a difficult one in this 2v2 format, to always understand who is who. Of course, the teammate of Obala for Slovenia is Dr. Kotar, a pro player by trade. He was just off qualifier number one, qualifying for that one. Brilliant feed, Mbappe makes it one. Slovenia will break the deadlock with 32 minutes played. It's been a pretty end-to-end start in this first third of the game, and it's going to be The ones that, hold my hands up, are called the underdogs coming into this one, that do take the lead and do go 1 goal to the good.
Yeah, and especially sort of with the teams as well. No R9, no icons, no heroes in sight. You've gone for more of you'd say a weekend league S team that you'd expect to see. SPCs, promo items, the numbers up. Diego Jota in the squad. Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappe. But Mbappe is icon level of quality. He is truly incredible in FIFA 22. By far the best gold rare player on the game. He just does magic. So does R9 though. Green times, great save from that man Donnarumma.
We hyped him up and he said to watch out for him. It isn't really much of a surprise that these teams are so PSG heavy with the quality that they have this year on FIFA 22 in general. I mean, just to get your thoughts, Richard, on the move to 2v2 this year, it's going to be heavily involved in the global series outside of tournaments like this, which we must say the V4 Future Sports Festival, though it's a special tournament, doesn't have any sort of link to the global series in terms of playoffs or the E-World Cup. It's just a standalone event which is going to give some players some vital experience, maybe a trophy under their belt for an esports organisation too. But it's certainly a game mode, it's certainly a move for FIFA esports that's going to bring more drama, it's going to bring more excitement, and I can't wait for these next couple of months to unfold.
Yeah, it certainly will. I think the inclusion of 2v2 really adds just a completely different level to the game. It creates that sort of team element that football is based on. You support a football club, you support an organisation, you don't necessarily support individuals, and now we're seeing as nations here or as clubs.
He's off.
He's on. What a save from Donnarumma.
And speaking about chances from Slovakia, they have been creating quite a few of them into the box. It will go! Posted in! Slovakia will respond, and of all people, it's Leon Goretzka in there.
And it's a corner that we're going to see time and time again. Whether it's this tournament, whether it's in future qualifiers, you play it short, you then fire it to the edge of the box, first time cross, or you take a touch and then cross it into the box, right on the stroke of half-time. Leon Goretzka's in form, rising higher than everybody else in the box and heads it in. Actually, I packed that Leon Goretzka in form from a 82 plus passing pack. I say he's very good.
Does he make the team?
He's played a few games, yeah. He's been involved.
I can go one up on you. 82 plus dribbling, Pat, lead or Messi?
Yours?
Last week. Yeah, it was mine, believe it or not. For once, I actually packed someone that was mine.
Well, I can go one better.
Oh, here we go.
Base icon pack.
Oh, Zidane?
Zidane.
Yeah.
What a player. Maybe future Man United manager.
Maybe. So half time in game number 1 here in our first opening game of the V4 Future Sports Festival sees Slovenia go 1 goal to the good. Then it was just on the stroke of half time an equaliser from Slovakia. And I think that's the difference there, okay? You speak about metas, you speak about things in the game that, pro players are going to know the inside and outs of. That corner technique, if you don't know it and you're playing competitive FIFA, where have you been?
Get to know it, yeah. If you don't know, get to know. Because it's something that maybe, I don't actually know how it could be tweaked in a future patch, but just how the players sort of line up inside the box, the attacking players at least. The back post becomes quite open. I mean, there were 2 players there to head in at the back post. If Goretzka had missed it, there was someone waiting behind him, queuing up to score from the cross into the box. Very simple to do, but super effective in the current meta.
Speaking of current meta, Ginola is a player that heavily seems to feature in everybody's team. Pretty much just feels like an icon.
I mean, he's got the stats of an icon. 5-star, 5-star, tall, physical, great pace, good shooting, good dribbling. He is icon levels. He's also icon price tag as well, when you consider how much he is in the current market. When everyone was doing the hero packs that came out recently, that's what the dream was.
Oh, of course.
Getting a Ginola, even maybe a Di Natale, but Ginola was the main one.
Slovenia piling on the pressure now, looking for the right gap or the right pocket of space to exploit. Can see the clear differences in their team choice and their team overall. It's a team full of PSG stars: Neymar, Messi, Kylian Mbappe.
How would you choose the team? Is it one player taking the sort of initiative and saying this is how we're going to play, or is it a joint effort? Like,
well, it's got to be somebody's account, hasn't it? It's got to be someone's base account. This is brilliant feet in the box from Mbappe. Don't get me wrong, I've got Messi in my own team at home just because, I haven't got the luxury of all the icons, but I still don't feel like he's at it 100%. He's a great player, but
for anyone watching
better
at home,
options.
Can we get a Brandon Smith Messi count? How many times is he going to say he's got Messi or use Messi throughout the next few days?
What a save! That touch, though, was phenomenal.
It's an outstanding save. Edwin van der Sar. Messi would have scored that.
I think it was Messi that put it on the plate, wasn't it, for the attacker. Goalkeepers this year is a whole different conversation I'm sure will unfold over the next couple of days. I think one thing as well deserves a mention, referees this year. I swear no one talks about them because the goalkeepers have been such a talking point, but refs, those little pushes and those little nudges on the ball that in past years you get a free kick. Some refs
just let it go.
So lenient.
Yeah, I like that though.
To some level, I do.
Let's the game breathe.
This is brilliant feet again. Slovenia just can't get that link up in the box between Kotarano BalaTV. And a pause coming in from Slovakia. That's another point there, Richard. Who's going to be on the bench for these teams? Anyone, hopefully, will be catching our eye that could come on to make a difference?
Probably the lower rated, higher sort of impact players, high pace, dribbling. Maybe a Vinicius Junior in form, coming off the bench, changing the game. In form Barella in midfield, a really good super sub as well.
Was actually someone that Christie got in his red picks a couple of weeks ago, was that in-form Vinicius Junior, and he picked up R9 as well just a week before that. I mean, if only we could all pick up Ronaldo Nazario in your team. Still find it incredible they've made a player that's just that good year after year. Here's Neymar. Chance, here's R9. Speaking of him on the rebound, it's a great block. Donnarumma, although it was a great original save, he nearly put it on the plate for R9 there on the rebound.
You just saw the team there for a second. Cordoba in at centre-back, the Serie A foot hero this season. Quite small, I think he's around 5'7", 5'6".
I've seen him in a few players' teams, though.
But great pace, really good defending, good physicals as well, minus his height. Sort of a player that maybe not look at straight away, but as the year starts progressing, you start to see where the meta shifts, and maybe it's not really sort of strong in the heading department, getting crosses into the box. He starts to come more and more into player squads.
No, absolutely. Of course, we can see the players' POV here. We can't see any changes that have been made just yet. We can see one then. Julian Draxler gets off the pitch. Fellaini comes on. I think that could be the side of Slovenia. On the flip side, for Slovakia, it's Dembele for Ginola. And it's just the one change for them, with a French winger that will come on just to inject that pace in the final third. But watch out in the box for that man in the centre of midfield right now.
What a player he is as well. The rule breakers Fellaini. I've seen a lot of pros talking about him. I did him myself, the objective. He is top draw, just as Donnarumma is stretching out to tip that one past the post.
Well, it looks like it's a double change for Finale, by the way. He's on the team for both players. That one was just scoop wide. Yeah, you can see him on the team for both. And looking at the fact that Slovakia actually scored a corner with Leon Goretzka earlier into the game.
Dangerous.
They'll be looking for Fellaini and the Belgian midfielder's head anywhere in and around that box. If we are all square after 90 minutes, do not panic. There is a second match to be played. An aggregate scoreline will carry over. However, I thought there might be one or two more twists in the tail before we get to the 90th minute. Here's Hakimi. Cristiano Ronaldo, lovely little dink pass around the corner, finds the feet of Lionel Messi. Slovenia building into the chance now, building into the attack. They have to be patient, though. This is where 2v2 FIFA does become difficult, both in an attacking sense or, more important, in the defensive sense. Who do you pull out? Do you make a tackle? Do you take a risk? It's a finesse from distance, off the bar on the rebound. It's just not good enough into the path of Neymar.
Di Maria, 2-star weak foot, whipping that finesse shot out on his right foot. I was about to criticise the shot for a second and say, it's not a goal-scoring opportunity. Two-star weak foot Di Maria, but crashing off the crossbar, and the rebound could have gone anywhere.
And I think, Richard, that might do us for leg one here. You know, opening game of the day here at the V4 Future Sports Festival. And if that's anything to go by for what we've got coming today, I cannot wait for all of these other games to unfold. It's game one done. It's Slovenia 1, Slovakia 1, and there's still a second leg to be played here. An interesting first game there, Richard, really, isn't it? I think for a lot of players, it's just getting on the stage, a little bit of nerves, getting rid of those nerves, playing a competitive 2v2 game that a lot of these players would have not been used to playing 2v2 FIFA. If they do, you know, play any FIFA previous to this, they wouldn't really get the chance to do it at a LAN event, would they?
Well, I think there was very few mistakes in the game, but there was also sort of a nervous energy around it as well. You don't want, not only is it first game of the day, not only maybe your first esports event in LAN, but you also don't want to make a mistake for your partner. You don't want to put yourself in a losing position going into leg number 2. In a group stage format, you've only got 3 games to perform.
Yep.
You need to start picking up points early doors. If you get a win in this first game, that could set you up for a couple of wins and then you're through. So certainly I'll be intrigued to see how the second leg transpires.
Yeah, well, we are going to go and see that second leg very soon. But before we do that, here's a quick break. When we return, we'll have that second leg ready for you. Well, welcome back to the V4 Future Sports Festival. We're here live in Budapest, Hungary for day one of our FIFA 22 2v2 tournament. If you've just joined us, don't panic. We've only just got underway for day one. You're joined by myself, Brandon Smith, and Richard Buckley. Rich, halfway point here in game one. It's Slovakia 1, Slovenia 1. But what we were talking about is it's just that first game jitters, first game nerves, getting on the big stage, which for a lot of these guys is the first time they've ever done it in their career.
Yeah, absolutely. I think not only the first game, but first game of the tournament as well for a lot of these players. I don't think there was too much really negative-wise to take away in that first game. Both teams played well. They both created chances. A few great saves from Van der Sar and Donnarumma, respectively. I expect goals in this second leg, and I think we're going to see a winner come out of this. We're not going to be seeing a draw.
We are playing on FIFA Ultimate Team. There is a massive difference in the teams in some way, and you'll be able to see that if you look at the white team, which is Slovakia, kicking from left to right. They've got Ginola, they've got R9. It's packed with quality and a mixture of icons and foot heroes in there as well. Nothing to take away from Slovenia, because they have put one hell of a fight in this game so far with their sort of unique approach to the team they've looked to use, maybe more of a foot champs-esque team, we've nicknamed it. There's no David Ginola in there, but there is Alphonso Davies, there is N'Golo Kante, and there is a lot of PSG players. Yeah,
PSG, the Parisians certainly are going to be rife within a lot of these squads. Arguably the two best centre-backs, gold centre-backs at least on the game, Kimpembe and Marquinhos, the best right-back, Hakimi, the best attackers. It sort of just makes sense to use them because they'll get chemistry to each other as well. And Hakimi, Kimpembe, Marquinhos, all under 88 rated. So you're not using them at a sort of disadvantage compared to maybe taking a Ginola or an R9 when you've got to then sacrifice another area of the pitch.
What's that through ball? That's the beauty of 2v2. You can trigger runs like that. David Ginola could be through Kimpembe. Right place, right time. He has been such an unbelievable central defensive midfielder. Sorry, central midfielder? Centre-back.
Maybe in a future promo.
I mean, he could play there. He'd probably still do a job. But 2v2, you can sort of affect those natural AI runs. You can create your own runs on off the ball. You've just got to be able to communicate with your opponent to let them know what you're thinking and where you're going. At the moment, it seems like everyone's just in sync and there isn't too much communication. Unless it's at the breaks. Here's R9, Ginola. Little elastico in the box. Can't get the clean shot away.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Could be one to pay for. Queuing up in the box is Mbappe.
Great tackle.
Hernandez, big tackle from the French fullback.
I'm intrigued by the sort of inclusion of Diego Jota as well. He's part of the recent numbers up Adidas promo that was released into FIFA 22. That's a hopeful ball out wide. It will get picked up by Jota, but
could have finesse from him if he fancies it.
No, he just didn't look comfortable. He's going to continue growing in stature throughout the year, with one of his stats hitting 99 in the springtime next year, but still over 400,000 coins on the PlayStation market is that Diego Jota, which is a lot of coins,
especially with the market.
Everything else is down. Yeah,
I mean, you pack a 90 rated player nowadays, or just under that, 85 plus, and that's about 10,000 coins.
Messi's what, 450, 500,000 coins. We've also got the upcoming Black Friday promo. A lot of people are saying this Friday coming up, so expect prices to continue to go down as well. That just shows how good that Jota is when he's so expensive.
If you're wondering why there is such a mixture in the teams, there are restrictions that are being followed here at the V4 Future Sports Festival, which does mix a completely different selection of icons in there and players that you can use, as Richard will probably rattle off now for me.
Yeah, you're allowed up to one icon, up to 3 non-icon players with an overall rating of 90 or higher, and all other players must have an overall rating of 89 or below. So if you want to get Jota in, chance Ginola, what a save. If you want to get Ginola in, he falls into the up to 3 non-icon players, because he's not an icon, he's a hero.
Chance, bad pose, time green and time to perfection. Is that Leon Goretzka again?
2 goals, 2 corners. Leon Goretzka is having a party.
We've mentioned that corner technique. You might hate it, you might love it, depending on which side of the draw you're on. But that man, the German midfielder, look at that run again. Right place, right time. He's on the toes of Hakimi. Who at that point might as well be Houdini, because he was nowhere to be seen.
He's not even pulling the player short either. He's just going straight onto the edge of the box. Typically, you pull the player short and then go in, and now we could potentially start to see.
If you look at their goals they've scored, though, yes, they've had great chances, but 2 goals they've scored have come from 2 corners. You talk about what you got up your sleeve.
There's a chance, Mbappe.
That is the difference at the moment for Slovakia. They lead by 2-1. If you missed the first game, it was a 1-1 draw. And now they're on, potentially, to get a second.
They just keep it in the corner. He wants his set piece.
Still Ginola, somehow the French foot hero wins a corner. Watch out again. Here we go. Played short. Not this time. Into Arnau, reverse Elastico. It's a great shot. Another corner again.
See, now they're reading it. They're pulling players to the edge of the box. There's a little bit more room in the box as well.
You can see how Donnarumma has just been moved a little bit to try and avoid that one. Back post has been cued. It will be played. It's out of reach. Headed away by Marquinhos.
The first few days I was hopeless at defending corners in FIFA 22. I just couldn't figure out. Every time I get a corner, it'd be one through ball over the top and I was conceding straight away. The key was I put my corners on the instructions to 2, not to 1. If you put 1, the players sort of go too high up the pitch, but on 2, you have sort of 3 players also on the halfway line, then everybody else is forward, so it just gives you a little bit more protection if you are still struggling at home, conceding from your attacking corners, getting counter-attacked on. Put it on 2 notches.
It also seems on the flip side, if you just move your goalkeeper a little bit off the line, they seem to collect everything.
Yeah.
That's my problem. Every time I take a corner, goalkeeper just gets it every time.
Yeah, not only that as well, but it sort of throws that deterrent out there. And a little bit, I don't know, if you were to try and, I don't know, do something. I'm trying to think of an analogy. The other one I'm saying is, I don't know. I can't think of an analogy right now. If you were to break into a house and there was a guard dog there, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
If you're going to put your corner into the box and the goalkeeper's coming off his line a little bit, it throws you off. Do I want to cross this in if I'm going to fail? Probably not. That's a terrible analogy.
We've got 3 days worth.
I can work on it. I'm rusty.
It's been a couple of years, isn't it?
I'm used to being at home.
Well, let's have a look at the situation we find ourselves in this matchup right now. At the halfway point, and it's Slovakia that lead by 2-1. This is a group format today, so every single team will play 3 games at least. We don't know how many points will be enough to send you through, but starting with a win is going to be really, really important. You don't want to start on the back foot, of course, it goes without saying. 3 points on the board could be for Slovakia, Rich, if they can just hold on for another 45 minutes. And the difference being those 2 set pieces off the training ground. And Leon Goretzka's head.
Leon Goretzka's 2 headers as well. I have to say I don't condone burglary or theft. It'd be a steal of a win though for Slovakia if they were to get a victory out of this. 2 corners. You've got to feel a bit hard done by as well if you're Slovenia. You've not played that bad. You conceded 2 set pieces.
So players to watch. Leon Goretzka, he has been the player to watch. The man that scored all the goals for them so far. However, there's not been a 2-goal gap at any point in this game as of yet. If Slovakia were to get a second and then try and steamroll ahead, that could change things. Here's Messi now. Hakimi does well. Alphonso Davies, right place, right time. Of course, following this game, we have Poland, Czech Republic, 2 of the teams that were involved back in FIFA 18 at the past FIFA Future Sports Festival, where it was a €100,000 prize pot those years ago. It was a tournament that went under the radar. We were commentating on it, of course, and we were hyping about it as part of the Global Series back then. But Cabinho, that won that. He won €40,000.
Chance.
Oh, no. Can he cause havoc for Slovakia? It's a great save. Donnarumma. comes flying. Goretzka was there, he was waiting for his third. Another tackle, it's a massive tackle as well. They got bodies forward. Ginola, is he onside? Yes, he is. David Ginola, quick feed for the Frenchman. It's a really well taken goal. And that's the 2-goal cushion that Slovakia have needed.
Great goal, wasn't it? The reverse elastico inside the box. A little bit of left stick dribbling. I think there's a little cancelling there as well. We're going to see the replay of the celebration. Fist pumps all round. Great finish from David Ginola. What an introduction. Sort of a rookie year he has had in FIFA esports.
And now he's sort of a must, isn't he, for quite a few players. Well, that's the 2-goal cushion that we've spoken about, Richard. Slovakia have it now. And they do lead by 3 goals to on an aggregate scoreline in this one. They are 25 minutes away from the first 3 points, the first win in Group A, which, as we said, in Group A, it's Slovakia, Slovenia, Poland and Czech Republic. End of play today. 2 of those teams will book a spot into Wednesday's finals. And one of the teams will be picking up €11,000 come Wednesday evening here in Budapest, Hungary. And you can just see the confidence now oozing in these attacks. The way they're pressing in a duo with that BR9 and Mbappe. And even the goal scorer, Ginola. Ginola somehow kept that on the pitch. Ginola one more. That's the chemistry that is clear to see in this Slovakia team. 20 minutes left to play. I think we know who's picking up their first win here in the V4 Future Sports Festival.
Yeah, maybe the first couple of goals a little bit ugly with those corners being whipped into the box, but the last 2 have been works of art, really. Great third goal from David Ginola, then the fourth, R9. He looked to turn back when he was in the corner. Instead, turned back down the byline, fired a driven pass into the box. Good quick feet from this Slovakian duo in the penalty area, and emphatic finish to the game. Just having a little word.
I think what we can see from Christy_7 is just calm down. Calm down. This is ours to throw away. And the one AirPod trick seems to be working wonders.
Maybe I have to try it. Sitting, playing on my own.
It's the same changes being made. Is Fellaini going to save you now, though? You need 3 goals.
Probably not. It'd be nice to see.
We have to see a difference in the attacking prowess from Slovenia. Great feet, and Mbappe. Oh, he was close. It was a great block at the back.
Speaking of that, Fellaini, I completed him, the objective, rule breaker's foot item, and I was streaming, and somebody in my stream said he's got the most insane long shots on the game. So I tried it. I must have taken about 50 in like 3 games. Not one hit the target.
Was he telling you a bit of the fib?
I think I got hoodwinked.
Mbappe, what a save. On the rebound, another great save. That's goalkeepers for you. In a nutshell this year, from close range and close distance, they seem to be ridiculous. Just the reaction time after time that bogs one, especially when a goalkeeper saves it, goes down to ground, ball's in the air, they still get back up before every single defender. Lionel Messi.
12 minutes.
He's not happy with that. He saw Slovakia, they're not happy with that at all, because they should have just scored down one end, and now they've just conceded one.
See the constant pressure. We'll see the team pressure coming out. I'd love to see a comeback. Kante wins it back, and potential.
Mbappe's queuing up. Messi not the tallest of players at the back post, and you can just see that. A very unhappy coach to understand why the ball's just got out of play.
That's the cameraman getting involved. Look at that close control from R9 there, by the way. Kimpembe right on him. Brought it down, turned him. Alleviated the pressure.
Aggregate scoreline is 4-2. Slovakia 7 minutes away, not even that, 6 minutes away now from opening up their account with 3 points on the board in Group A. Can they win it back and pile together an attack now? Mbappe. Kante's in support. Di Maria just not there, and Kante have a little bit of a bad pass. I don't see it happening now mathematically, if it's even possible. Ginola been able to just take time out the game. Goretzka into
Chance.
Hakimi all the way from fullback of all positions. The Moroccan. He's taking a huge run. He's got to get back in position now, because Di Maria is going to peel off. Ronaldo timed it red, and when it's timed red, normally it's nowhere near the target.
And that maybe the last act of defiance from this Slovenian side. Cristiano Ronaldo, red timed finesse shot, sailing over the crossbar. And as you predicted before the game, Brandon, it looks like we're going to be seeing Slovakia taking all 3 points.
And there we have it. Game 1 concluded here at the V4 Future Sports Festival. We'll see Slovakia win 4-2. There was a couple of nerves in at the end there, and who knows, on another day, if there could have been a comeback. It will be the duo of Christie 7 and Revi, though, getting 3 points on the board. They were pretty ruthless in the final third, to be completely honest, and that set piece they had, the corner, which I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of across the next 2 days. But that's the first game done here in Group A. I'll tell you what, Richard, if that's anything to go by for the rest of the day, we are going to be in for quite a few goals.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the rest of the tournament unfold. Slovakia, 3 points on the board. 4-2 victory in the end. First leg, as we said, a little bit cagey, a little bit nervous. Second leg, I think the quality shone through in the end. Both of those two players are more competitive in their FIFA nature.
Yeah.
Obol, he is a content creator, he is a trader, sort of by day. Maybe not FIFA esports star by night as of yet. I expect that Slovakia team prediction to go through into Wednesday.
I mean, they've got 3 points on the board as well. Started off in the best possible way as well. Looking across the fixtures for today, Slovakia will be back in our third game against Czech Republic. But, I mean, Poland and Czech Republic, Richard, I think Poland, of all, look very, very good.
Yeah, they do, but again,
Czech Republic,
we've got to see how they mesh. Slovakia, it took them that first leg to sort of get accustomed to each other, how each other are going to play, and now we might start to see maybe some upsets happen. Slovenia didn't play bad.
No.
They didn't get walked over.
I mean, at one point they were losing on the corners, weren't they?
Yeah, 2 set pieces. The third goal, beautiful bit of individual skill from Ginola, and the fourth goal, they sort of switched off defensively. They can be dangerous in this group. There's not a team that I think they're going to walk the group, but as of right now, the only data and statistics we've got off is Slovakia look good.
Yeah, they do look very good indeed. Of course, not forgetting tomorrow, we've got even more teams playing. Hungary, Serbia, Croatia and Romania all taking place in this V4 Future Sports Festival. €25,000 prize pot in action. And guess what? We get to be here for 3 days of action as well. But that's our first game done and dusted here, live here in Budapest in Hungary. We're off for a quick break now. When we return, we'll have Poland, Czech Republic coming up for you very, very shortly.